Provincetown, and this landscape is it's unique to Provincetown. The rest of the Cape does not have a landscape like this, and this whole area is really kind of phenomenal, I think. And so I'll give you a little bit of history about it. To start with, Cape Cod was created during a glacial period, starting about 25,000 years ago. So glaciers came down over this part of the world, and they pushed forward a lot of the material that has made up Cape Cod. There was another larger sheet of ice along the mainland side, and so, you know, this was created by just one little finger, one little lobe of a bigger mass of ice. As that started to recede, the two larger glaciers on either side of us dammed in the water, as did all the soil that is now Cape Cod. And so Cape Cod Bay at one point in time was a Wampanoag language was the first American or Native American language to be given an alphabet. And so back in 1632, a gentleman by the name of John Eliot came over here from Cambridge in England, and he put an alphabet to the Wampanoag language. The intention was to try to convert them all to Christianity, because they felt if they could be converted to Christians, they would then understand that it was their duty under God to give their land over to the Europeans. Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
But one of the interesting things, though, is their language had a name. Does anybody know what their language's name was?
No.
Massachusetts.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So the name of their dialect was Massachusetts, and that's how this land achieved its name. So, you know, we owe a lot to them. Yeah, look at this. There are 19 of these things out here, and we'll start seeing them. There's like one straight ahead.
Really?
Okay.
None of these have modern conveniences. There is no electricity. There is no plumbing. There's no internet or telephone. You can see there's an outhouse out back.
Yeah.
If you have a desire for light, you light an oil lamp. If you have a desire for heat, you are lucky if you have a wood stove.
Okay.
There is no insulation. You know, there is no love and comfort in any of these.
Okay.
But people live in these in the summer months. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they are open to the public. I mean, there are mechanisms that allow you to gain access to them.
Oh, okay.
But you can see there's a well down below. There's a little bucket.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how you pump your water. You have to take it up and filter it. And if you want to shower, you have to fill a bucket up on the roof, let it get warm, and then dump it on your head.
Oh,
So
yeah, no
it
thanks.
really is rustic out
Yeah, I
here.
guess.
So,
But there are some people that like that.
yeah. You see all this beach grass on the dunes over there, on these hills and so forth, is planted with plugs, not by seeds. So 40 acres of labor to bend over, stick them in the ground. Can you imagine?
No.
But they've done about 40 acres in the last 40 years. And it has stabilized the land. And of course, where you see there's no growth, the dunes take over.
Yeah.
It chews in, it erodes the land, it blows around. So, you know, it's been a vigilant effort, and it's starting to bear fruit. And then they'll turn around and sit in front of you. And you're like, no, I'm not going to feed you.
Yeah.
And I do not. And so, yeah, they basically recycled everything because there was almost no wood left. Provincetown is where the town is right now. Was more of where the fishing industry was at, and they needed more land. There were windmills all over. Used to be in that shack over here, and they say that that's actually where Marlon Brando came to audition for the role.
Yeah.
What was it, Stanley? What was it?
Yeah.
Stanley. So, but also poets like Mary Oliver, Jack Kerouac, artists. You know, the Hogwarts School was out here. So, you know, these have been filled with a rich amount of personalities. We've been rather fortunate. One of the reasons being is the person who helped outfit their ships for their dimension did it across tension. Because once they went out to sea and put on sails, the boat
thing about the boat building industry. Where was the wood coming from? It was just coming from Cape Cod area?
Coming from Monkwell, dragged all over the place where they would dry the cod. And so the early fishermen here were mostly from the British. The Portuguese starting to arrive here. And Portugal was going through some very harsh economic times. Their economy was in ruin, and the Azores was a place where kind of like the lowest of the low ended up. And they were kind of they were having bad times. Well, the Azores are due west of us, literally across the latitude due west.
Okay.
And so a lot of people from Portugal started arriving on the shores, and they really innovated the fishing industry. For one, they were masterful boat builders. Of course, you know, the Provincetown, as well as New Bedford, Massachusetts, and Nantucket Island, were the three wealthiest communities in the colonies per capita. So they were the wealthiest of all towns in the area, in the entire country, basically. And all that wealth was bore on the fishing and mining industries. Surprisingly enough, it's between like 1870, I think, is when Provincetown hit its highest wealth, and by 1970, 100 years later, they were one of the poorest communities of all of these places. So they lost it all too. I think you realize if you weren't interested in the subject matter, it'd be really hard to talk about it.
Yeah.
So it's been a nice opportunity to do some research and to learn about this area.
Sure. Well, you do an excellent job.
Yes.
Very